Today we're gonna make some baked monkfish. For this we will need a few different ingredients. We're gonna go with some paprika, some garlic powder, salt and pepper of course, half a lime, and I'm gonna toss in some dried up mushrooms, but that is optional, just need to use them. A potato or two, a carrot, and I'm gonna use some leeks. And we're also gonna use a little bit of butter and some olive oil, extra virgin of course. In addition to this, I'm thinking about a pound's worth of monkfish, maybe a little bit less for today. So I've lined this little tray here with baking paper, or what it's called. So the first thing we need to do here is slice up the carrot and potato, because they're going to take a while to bake in the oven. We're gonna cut both the carrot and the potato really paper thin here. That is so they're gonna bake a little quickly, but even though we're cutting them super thin, we still need to place them into the oven before we add the monkfish. I'm thinking we're gonna do about half an hour in total for both the carrot and the potato here. So a total of half an hour or so for them. I would actually do the potato even thinner than this. So I'm gonna go ahead and line the baking sheet here with just a little bit of oil. And then we're gonna rest all the carrots and potato wedges on top. Bam! Alright, next I'm gonna add about a tablespoon's worth of butter onto the plate here. Also gonna add a little extra oil here on top. A hint of salt. And pepper and our butter, and then this is ready to go into the oven. Of course you could add a little bit of spice to this as well if you want some extra spice on your veggies, but we're gonna make a sauce, so I think it's okay. So I've heated the oven up here to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and our vegetables are going to go in here for about 20 minutes like so. Next, we're going to clean up the monkfish area and add our spice. We want to finish this within 15 minutes so that we can add it to that tray along with the vegetables and they finish at the same time. So I'm going to cut this clean. You could probably go up to, I like to keep these pretty thin because they cook faster that way. They're pretty forgiving with overcooking as well. So I'm thinking about an inch, maybe an inch and a half should be good. So we're going to trim off all this sinew here on the edge and make sure you have a nice and clean fillet, of course. Now I'm making this for one person, but you could easily just add maybe another steak and the second potato in there as well, and you would have a nice dinner for two. What we're going to do now is that we're going to coat the steak in a little bit of olive oil. So I'm just going to rub about a quarter spoon here, or maybe half a spoon's worth of extra virgin olive oil all over this thing. And from here I'm going to add our garlic powder to it. I think onion powder will be good as well. And a little bit of paprika. In Norway we actually call bell peppers paprika as well. Fun fact for today, I suppose. So we're going to add a little bit on both sides. We're also going to do the salt and pepper on this one. I'm doing about double the paprika, maybe half a spoon of paprika. I was gonna do a quarter spoon of the garlic, but I love garlic, so I did a little extra. And then we're gonna cut up our extra leek here. Could use onion or spring onions would probably be even better. That's actually what my grandmom recommended. But I had this little piece left. I kind of want to use it up, so I'm just gonna cut this all up and I'm gonna add it to the tray there. Going to be part of the sauce. And I have these dried up shiitake mushrooms. Now this is not essential at all, I just want to use it up here. And I always find that it's fun to add some extra taste. So if you have, for example, a little bit piece of onion or herbs or something that you just want to use up, perfect to add to sauce. Going to give a lot of delicious taste as well. So the monkfish has been aged for just a week now, or 8 days is it? Getting it mixed up. But the thing is that is going to add more taste naturally as well now. So the more you age the monkfish, the more natural taste is going to come from that. It usually gets a little bit sweeter as you age it, and also softer, just more full taste. We're also going to add that half a lime. We're just going to squeeze it over everything. So I'm bringing this here out. Now this is very hot, just keep that in mind at this point. I'm going to add everything onto here. So popping the steak onto here, and I'm tossing all these extra ingredients on. And this lemon is going to combine with all the taste. And lemon butter is quite popular. It's one of my favorites and it's so easy to make. Just half a lemon and a tablespoon's worth of butter. You could do more butter if you want even more sauce. And now it is as simple as adding this back into the oven. I'm gonna let it go for about 15 minutes since this fish is very forgiving. It's not gonna be ruined if you leave it in there a little bit longer than you would with other fish. All right, time is almost up. I've added a little bit more oil to the mushrooms just so that they could get in there as well. Now the fish looks done and the carrots looks done, but I think the potatoes need a tad bit more time. So what I may do is remove the steak and give the potatoes another 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I cut the potato wedges a little bit too thick, so I just gave them a little extra time. And then I added the fillet back on top afterwards, just reheat it to the same temp as the rest of the stuff. And we were ready to plate and serve. So let's give it a little bit of a taste. Here, it looks so delicious. Wow, look at that. And the meat is nice and firm. Cheers, guys. So good. See you tomorrow for another cool cooking video, and as always I'll put together a little recipe for this if you want to cook it yourself. And yeah, thanks for watching this one.